All right, here we go. Module 10 video. What is my anchor? Question 1, what is my anchor during difficult times and how stable do you believe it is? I would say my anchor is all the work that I've put in and the effort outside of the moment in particular. I'm really working on that now. Working on that to being my anchor. You know, the work ethic's always been there, but the mentality hasn't always been there for me. So really trying to work on telling myself over and over again how hard I've worked and how I deserve to be where I am because of the work I've put in. And I'm working on it becoming very stable. Question 2, who are the key people in your support system and what roles they play in helping you through challenges? My parents are great, both in different ways. My mom obviously doesn't play sports. I don't know why I said obviously, but she doesn't play sports, and she's just there as a kind of support role for me, you know, off the court. Versus my dad, who coached, is more X's and O's, helping wise, because he played and coached. Versus my mom, who's been around the coaching and the playing environment, but hasn't ever played. So kind of two different types of support systems there, both equally as important. Next question, how do I typically respond to stress? Do you avoid, suppress, or process emotions? You know, in the past I've avoided stressful situations, but more recently I've tried to put myself in more stressful situations, because how else can you be prepared for the most stressful moment in a game? You got to put yourself through it and try and create equally as stressful moments on your body. Like, for instance, if I'm just shooting free throws in the gym, no pressure, no accountability or anything, it's easy. You know, you can make 10, 20, 30, 40 in a row. But if you add pressure on yourself, because it's not going to be like that in a game. I mean, you might have free throw to win the game, or, you know, 1-on-1 to go tie the game. Doing stuff like, you know, if I miss this free throw, I have to run, or stuff like that in practice to try and create that kind of stressful environment. So I'm working on putting myself in better. I used to avoid it, and I'm trying to work on putting myself in more. Last question. What specific action can you take this week to improve your ability to handle difficult situations? I'm gonna go with read a book, or maybe a news article, something like that, of people, professional athletes that are in difficult situations, stressful situations all the time, and see how they deal with it, and learn from them, learn from the best. I think that's, you know, a good thing to do, not just in this, but just in life, learning from people that have been through things that you haven't, and you're going to go through. So.